Hi, I'm Scott Markwood, Training Coordinator at Häfele America Company, and we're in studio putting together a video for you today to guide you through the pairing of the Häfele Loox 6-channel remote, as well as setting it up for various functions. Let's get started. In some occasions, you may have a more complex lighting scheme, and the usage of a Häfele remote control will enhance the user experience. Notice the remote has 6 custom settings available. The custom settings on the remote receiver correspond directly to each other to make planning your light control easy. The first step is to plug 2 cables of the remote receiver into your driver. Which ports you use on the driver do not matter. Next, remove the battery cover from the remote and insert the battery into the remote. Then, replace the cover of the battery compartment. Now we're ready to pair the remote and the remote receiver. Press the small button on the control box one time. It will begin flashing blue to indicate that it's ready to pair. Hold down C1 and C2 on the remote until the blue light no longer flashes. Your remote is now paired and ready for programming. We can now plug in a light to the C1 port on the remote receiver, and as you can see, the power button and the C1 button will allow the light to turn on and off. Also, you can hold down the C1 button or the power button to increase the intensity of that light or to dim it. Let's add another light to C2, and now you can use the main power button to turn on and off both lights. Alternately, you may turn on the lights individually by using their corresponding custom button. You may also use a distribution block plugged into one of the custom zones to control multiple lights with that particular zone. Let's add 2 more lights to demonstrate the program capabilities of this remote system. As you can see, the power button turns on all 4 lights as expected. If we turn off C3 and C4, then power off the whole system, when powered back on, only C1 and C2 will turn back on since we powered off C3 and C4 manually. Let's turn back on C3 and C4, then hold down the main power button to raise the intensity of the lights up to their maximum intensity. Now we can hold down S1 for 5 seconds until all lights flash to create a custom scene setting. Now we can bring the lights to minimum brightness by holding down the main power button again and waiting until the lights reach their lowest intensity. Set this as S2 to create another custom scene setting. Now if you press S1, the lights are at full intensity, and by pressing S2, you'll bring all the lights to minimum intensity. Let's try a more complicated setting for S3. Let's turn off C4, bring C3 to full brightness, and leave C1 and C2 at minimum brightness. Now, holding S3 down for 5 seconds until the lights flash, that scene is now set. So again, we have S1 and all 4 lights at full brightness, S2 with all 4 lights at minimum brightness, and now S3 with 1 bright, 2 dim, and 1 off. If for any reason you need to reset the remote, you can simply insert a paper clip into the hole in the back of the remote and hold for 5 seconds. As you can see, the remote and the remote receiver are no longer paired. We can pair them again by pressing the button on the receiver and holding down C1 and C2 on the remote until the light on the receiver turns off. One bonus feature is that the remote remembers the custom scenes we created for S1, S2, and S3. These scenes may be lost if the battery is removed from the remote. All right, well, thanks for watching this video. I'd like to encourage you to watch the rest of the series, which you'll find on Häfele's YouTube channel at youtube.com/Häfele America Co.